Tonight, the 14-year-old's best friend is speaking with News 4 Jax. Family member also shared this photo of David Lee and Brandy Smith with us.
Their 14-year-old son, Trevor Lee, is now charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Their home sits near Silver Point and County Road 220. News 4 Jax reporter Alicia Hatcher went to the neighborhood where it happened and spoke with the teen's friend.
One of Trevor's closest friends, Kyrie Beeman, met us right outside of the Lee family home. He says he's known Trevor since elementary school and he just saw him Friday. He also says he spoke with him over the phone around 12:30 this morning, and the conversation they had, he'll never forget.
He told me that he loved me, and he told me that he was just calling to tell me goodnight.
The best friend of a teen now accused of murder replays the last conversation they had before learning the shocking news. Crime scene tape lined a Middleburg neighborhood Monday morning after a chilling 911 call from a 14-year-old boy.
Our 911 communications center received a call from a young man who stated he had just killed his parents. He stated that deputies could find his parents at the house and that he had walked just over a mile away to a church. It appears that there was some sort of domestic argument last night between Trevor Lee and his parents, and that this shooting culminated from that argument.
When we arrived on scene, a family member was there but declined to speak. But one person did open up, someone who didn't just know the family, he considered them his own.
They were probably the best or one of the best families I knew. They were funny and they treated me very well. They told me all the time that they loved me like a son and they treated me as such.
And I'm sure they treated him like that as well. I'm pretty sure they loved him like a son as well. You know. But you dealing with different ways of how people seeing it, what he's seeing. You know what I mean? What's going on, he's not there. You know, I ain't saying that the parents did anything to provoke him to kill them. You know what I'm saying? But there's an absence of something that's taking place. You know, now everybody's looking to find it. You know, you got this kid, he had an argument with his parents last night, so he killed him. Shoot him to death in their bed. Like, how did it get from the argument to him getting the fire? Like, what was the fire at? How did he get to the gun? Was it in the bed? Was it in the bedroom? They're in the bedroom. I'm sure. Come on, man. You know that's where the fire gonna be at. How did he get to, like, beat them to the gun to kill them after an argument? Or did the argument happen and then he later snuck in there and then shot him? Where see, they ain't giving the full. But still, what kind of argument was that? I could live 30 blocks, 20 blocks that way, and you live 20. I won't even say that far, but blocks away. But our kids are going to the same school, making your problem my problem, my problem your problem. Because our kids are dealing with each other, which is the other level of the society of a child's development, into the hands of another, hopefully balanced, a little bit, adult, you know what I mean, overseer. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, what's going on, you know what I mean, from that kid? What happened?
He hopes people remember Trevor for more than just what happened.
He's not a bad person just because he made one bad decision. He's done so much for everyone I know, and I don't want him just to be known as a killer or a murderer, and that he was a great kid, a great son.
Coming up on News 4 Jax at 6, we'll share the moment Kyrie says he will always cherish that he shared with the Lee family. For now reporting, Alicia Hatcher, Channel 4, the local station.
And I'm not against this child. I'm not against this child. I'm against this behavior. I'm against this allowed conduct that we are taking the back seat to. That's what I'm against. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like looking at it from a parent's perspective. I'm looking at it from a caregiver's perspective. I'm looking at it from a mental health awareness aspect too. For myself, for my kids, for my community, for everything around me. I gotta look at it from that perspective and find the truth of the matter, which will bring about a blessed and holy, whatever, however you want to call it, solution and environment and all of that. It will produce what it's supposed to. Truth will. It will heal.
Investigators say Lee was outside a church when he dialed 911 and reported himself. He stayed on the phone until deputies got to his location and took him into custody.
News for Jack's reporter Eric Avenez here in studio with us with more on this new information. He
knew to go to the church, a mutual ground, you know what I mean? So they was taking him somewhere around there or something. He must have had some contact with the church to have that idea to go to a church and then ask to be prayed for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, you know, he knew what he was. He had a conscience. I guess that's the word how you would say it. The ability to the reason in between right and wrong. He had that. Because that's what that teaches, supposedly. That's what they're supposed to teach.
Just one day after 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandy Smith were found shot to death inside their Silver Oak subdivision home in Middleburg, News for Jax has learned.
How did that go down, bro? Right? How did that happen? Right? For real, what really happened? You know what I mean? From that point, from the argument to them getting shot. You know what I mean? I'm a dad, boy. I be watching my kids. Boy, I say something, I be like, I be looking at them so long, it'd be creepy. It'd be a creepy space in between us for a while. Cause boy, I be looking, I be like, how did you take what I'm saying? And I ask, like, how do you feel about that? Like what I just said. You don't like what I just said? If they face looking all crazy, you don't like what I just said? Not to try, not to bully them or nothing, but like I want to know like how you process what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing that from the time they was little. Hey, come here. You remember what just happened? What did you get in trouble for? Well, I got in trouble because no. What was the real reason? I got in trouble. No, you know what you just did? Now I'm gonna explain to them if they don't get it right. If they get it right, what they saying, I'm like, so how do you feel? Why did you do that? You know, this stuff started then. It started, you know. It's early. It's early on. Come on, man. Y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see, man, we under attack, man, mentally. Mental health awareness, y'all. Mental health awareness. For real.
The couple was in their bed when they were shot multiple times. Both were pronounced deceased when paramedics arrived. Investigators identified the killer as the couple's son, 14-year-old Trevor Lee. After the parents were murdered, Lee called his aunt in California. She then called Clay County 911 dispatch. What her nephew told her was redacted from the 911 recording.
They're in your house, please. Please. Send help immediately, ambulance, whatever, immediately.
The teen traveled to a nearby church parking lot and called 911. He stayed on the line until deputies arrived to take him into custody.
I'm by the road. I threw my backpack away from me. I'm stressed. I'm waiting for the police. What do you mean you're stressed? Nothing in my pocket.
Look, I'm by the road. I threw my backpack away from me. I'm stretched. They saying stretched on here, but he was really saying I'm stripped. You know what I mean? Like I ain't got nothing on me. Letting them know, like, hey, let them know I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing on me. That's what that sound like to me. That sound like a cop, boy. That sound like he was copping out right there. No, I don't have nothing on me. Don't come like shooting. I don't want to die. But I just murked 2 people. This how smart this kid is. He already knowing that they gonna think that he got a gun on him, so they coming for him like that. Cause you hear something like that, that's how the police coming. This kid might be armed and dangerous. Y'all be prepared. And then you got these You got these old scary ass Barney the cop motherfuckers like, oh my God, shit, this motherfucker like have a gun on them. They shaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming to the scene. He know that the way he responded on there. I don't have nothing on me. I empty my pockets and everything. There's nothing in my pockets. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta see this, man. Y'all really gotta see what it is, so we know what we're dealing with and be honest about what it is. You know what I mean? Without our emotions involved, clear mind on what is taking place, so we can start the process of elimination.
Okay. I empty my pockets and everything. There's nothing in my pockets.
While most of his conversation with the dispatcher was redacted, we hear him ask the dispatcher to pray for him.
Can you pray?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, I'll listen to you.
Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now.
I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
These parents are dead in their bed. And
Retired JSO Director of Investigations turned News4JAX crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney says this was no doubt a heinous crime carried out by a kid, but he also says the fact that the teen called 911 to surrender himself says something.
instant remorse. When you hear the sound of his voice and you hear kind of what he's going through, aside from the redacted part, you hear some instant remorse. And I think that's kind of bolstered by the fact that he left the scene and goes immediately to call 911 and turn himself in.
Now, the 14-year-old remains in custody at the Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Jacksonville. So far, he has not been charged as an adult.
And it seems so scripted, man. It seems so scripted that they would think that remorse that would be a level of remorse of him saying that. Now, if he would have said that the level of remorse was when he started to say, "Will y'all pray for me? Will you pray for me?" Now, that would show some form of like, "Hey, I want to think different. I realize what I've done, man, and I'm seeking a higher help. I'm seeking higher help for this, what I'm going through." Then yeah. But that first part, I ain't got nothing on me, man. All that right there, that was a clear strategy. That was clear strategy. It makes my mind think like, okay, who is little buddy then? Well, we gotta really like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these kids, boy, they growing up because they have other teachers and other parents in the household. And what I mean by that is this social media platform. You got all of these kids looking at these different people to admire and acting and forming their behavior around these people. You know what I'm saying? They desensitized so they can shoot easy. They can see death so many times on the TV. I'm talking about vivid. Man, listen, I show my kids the stuff I used to watch when I was a jit. They be crying, laughing. Shout out though. It's crazy because I used to do the same thing with my parents looking at their stuff. So they looking at my stuff that I used to watch, like I look at my parents' stuff, if they are, bro. Because I'm looking at their stuff, and I'm like, boy, y'all stuff is like, because I done seen some stuff that in real life. Like with my eyeball, not on TV, but I was out there, like, you know what I'm saying? I done seen some stuff, so they hitting it like on the head, boy. I mean, these graphics, boy, and these kids, that's what they own. They own that, like constantly, beamed in, like for real with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these rappers, and the life that I was seeing, they putting it live on TV. It's live on. You can go on so many different platforms and catch people getting whacked and people talking about how they gonna do it, and they showing the aggression and the feeling, and they watching and engulfed in this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They own that kinda. You know what I'm saying? If you letting your kid, you ain't watching, you ain't controlling your kids, boy, they be on that in their head. They be on that because they done seen it now. Come on now. And you don't know who you raising. Some people are easy to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? But I'm talking to the script. So families and stuff, but give me a pass on some of the stuff I'm saying, because I don't mean to offend nobody. I'm talking about the script that they're allowing us to see of what happened. You know what I'm saying? I have to address that. I have to address that part so we can put our heads together and say, yo, no more.
After Clay County deputies say he had killed his parents. This map shows the location of this incident. It happened earlier today near Silver Point and County Road 220. The question on everyone's mind is, why did this happen?
Why? We definitely want to know why.
There's all these other potential reasons for a child killing a parent, you know, like mental health problems or just a child being completely impulsive in a given moment.
44-year-old and 45-year-old Brandy Smith. They were found shot to death inside their home in Middleburg. Investigators say their son, 14-year-old Trevor Lee, walked to a nearby church, called 911, and then waited for deputies to arrest him. That teen was taken to the Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Jacksonville, where he remains tonight. Eric, I know you spoke with a forensic psychologist about what could be behind this kind of killing.
Yes, I certainly did earlier today, and I just want to point out to our viewers, this type of crime is called a parricide, or in this case, parricides, because we're talking about two victims, and it's defined as a child killing a parent. Now, while Trevor Lee is locked up here at the juvenile
He's saying parricide, which, you know, it's just two because it's a homicide, but on here it's saying parasite. You know, the typo is saying parasite, and I'm so much the one to agree with the fact that it's a parasite. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's invading, you know what I mean, our natural ability to be. You know what I mean? To be in harmony and at one with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because shit like that wouldn't be happening, because that's basically what we're gonna try to find out about this instability. That's what it's boiling down to.
Detention Center on 2 counts of murder. He will undergo a series of mental health evaluations.
Why now? Come on, man. They should have paperwork to be able to compare, because they wouldn't have got up to this point. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't have got up to this point. It wouldn't have got up to this if he was being psychologically evaluated then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if it was like that, you know, because that's what it appeared to be. That's what they made it appear to be. Like, this child was maybe this is. I know this is exactly for us. You know what I mean? For the solutions, for the people with minds that's looking for a solution to things, to making things, to changing things. I think this is exactly for us, because they're going to show you the stages, and they're going to show you the things that you should look for. It's like it's almost a class, a simulated class for people to learn, because these things now are probably running rampant. You know what I mean? That parasite is it was probably meant for a certain area, and now it's been broke out. It's like that movie 28 Days Later. Shit. Heard what that doctor told him? He was like, shit, that monkey was getting on her ass, was getting on the other dude. She was like, what is wrong with you? He was like, rage. Rage look like that? Yeah, that's how that shit look. Look like a goddamn zombie. Motherfucker lose his mind. Look just like that. It's exactly what it is. Rage. And what is rage? Upset, anger, mad, rage. Shit, that's a motherfucking, like, steps. That's progress. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff, it could have been addressed. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, it's very unusual.
I consulted with forensic child psychologist Justin D'Arenzo to help understand the psychology behind parricide. He says there are several reasons why children kill their parents.
So kids that are experiencing depression or significant anxiety or some other mental health problem, or kids that are maybe addicted to drugs, or even that have a neurocognitive or developmental disorder, have a greater likelihood of doing something like this. But of course, it's very rare.
In fact, it's so rare that according to the Parasite Prevention Institute, only 2% of all U.S. murders since 2010 were identified as parasite cases. And while it's easy to assume kids killed their parents in retaliation for abuse, the data shows that in 65% of the cases, the kids who killed their parents were not abused. The one thing about this case that's so interesting is that he walked to a nearby church, called 911, and waited for the deputies to take him into custody. That's got to be unusual too.
That does sound unusual, and it reminds me, or it tells me, that that this was more of an impulsive act. There may have been like a domestic dispute, a big fight, and then he impulsively did this, and then he realized what he did, and he felt very guilty about it.
Can that be considered redeeming?
Yeah, I think, it says that there's regret, that, he's apologetic. He's probably couldn't believe what he just did.
When I was 14, like at his age, boy, I was, whoa! I was playing with that ratchet. What he talking about, he did. I was out there, like, in it, doing all kinds, man, listen. So, aftermath for me was like, man, there was other options for me to do. I could have, why didn't I do that? Something told me, man, I shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, maybe I should have went and did that. Maybe I should have went and done that, or done it like that. And I could see, too, how the remorse partly played, because it was his parents that he did it to. I don't know, man. That's a wild one. And then the crazy, what got me too was when he said 65% of kids that even go through the domestic part, they don't even kill their parents. It don't be because of the parents. They don't be because of what they was going through with the parents. So it'd be something else. Of course, it's gotta be something else. You know what I'm saying? Because they say it don't even normally happen. But this seemed like a nice looking parasite. You know what I'm saying? That's reinventing itself into other forms, because you got parents killing each other, and you got the wife killing the husband killing the wife, killing the kids, and then the mother killing the kids and stuff like that. All this stuff is going down. There's a lot of, and I wonder what the percentage is of that, because I keep seeing a lot of kids. There have been cases of kids killing their parents, like killing them and having, it seems like they'll have a legit reason why they did it. So man, basically, you don't have to drag this on, man. I just wanted to, bring this out. This is Why Is That, just to let y'all know, man. Y'all, like and subscribe, go on there, man, and pull up some of this content that I'm gonna be laying out. And it's open to the floor. That's basically what we're doing. Like, I'm opening up the platform for people to, get in there, like, let's agree on a solution for it and push that agenda. Go down to these town halls, go down to be at these meetings and bring up these topics, or bring up these issues that is going on in the community, dealing with this mental health, because we realizing that is the root of it, and we need to find out all. But this is why is that? That's what we do, man. Why is that? You know what I mean? Because we're gonna ask all the real questions. We're gonna say why is that, and we're gonna go in. We ain't gonna just say why is that and then walk off. We're gonna say why is that and be standing there like, yeah, why is that? Like, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, man, that's what we doing. Why is that, man? Y'all like and subscribe, go on there, man, and get some life to this channel. Let's go.